ability, mobility. Or is it something that deals with how they think? So if you gave somebody a B minus, how do you score them technically, tactically, physically, and mentally? Those are all pieces of the performance puzzle. Now within each of those buckets, there are other things that we need to take into consideration. So coaches oftentimes think technically and tactically. So again, in basketball, we're trying to improve shooting, dribbling, passing, defense. So we can even grade people out there, right? We know basketball players who are great passers and dribblers, but they're terrible shooters. Or they might be great three-point shooters, but for some reason when they get on the free throw line, they're a poor free throw shooter. We also know athletes who are unbelievable at playing horse. They will beat you every time in horse. But you watch them playing a game, and you're like, this is not the same dude who just whooped me in horse. Because they have a really poor sports IQ. They have a poor basketball IQ. They do not know where to be in space and time on the court. They don't understand the flow of the game. They may not understand concepts of offense or defensive play. That's the tactics, right? That's your puzzle piece. Those are your chess pieces moving around. The coach has a huge influence on that, right? Because the coach is installing an offense or a defense that your son or daughter or your athlete needs to play in as well. Now, the buckets that I'm more familiar with because of my background as a performance scientist and performance coach are the physical and the mental buckets. So I'm going to spend a little bit more time on that. First, the physical component is more than the weight room. Okay? First of all, basketball players hate the weight room. For some reason, basketball players hate the weight room because it's going to ruin their shot, right? Fallacy, old wives' tale. Okay? Every major collegiate, every major professional organization has a systematic, bona fide strength and conditioning program that they participate in. Okay? Now, with that said, I have a lot of colleagues who are strength coaches. You know those 6'5" bald guys with a goatee that walk around in sweatsuits all the time? They live and die by the weight room because that is their livelihood. Okay? However, we know a lot of folks who are unbelievable. So again, they're testing down here, right? Those are physical tests. But we also can go over here to the weight room and we can test on bench press, on squat, on clean, other exercises. And we know guys who are unbelievable in the weight room. Just like we have guys who are unbelievable at playing horse. They put up the biggest numbers. You walk into the weight room and you look at the record board and they have records on all of the strength metrics. But now you put them out on the court, got nothing. They can't move, right? So the other thing that we need to be taking into consideration, I guess first of all I'm saying this. Young athletes need to be participating in a strength program. And before I move forward, there's also an old wives' tale that says young athletes, youth athletes, 8, 9, 10, 12 years of age, should not engage in strength training. Wrong. Okay? Strength training. It's called my body weight. The other thing I have just done is I have taught a 9-year-old how to squat. Because I have been in high school weight rooms way too many times when the freshmen roll in and they cannot body weight squat. So how are we supposed to get them stronger in their lower extremity? And if you're a basketball player, right? Squat goes up, bounce goes up, period. Direct correlation between squat and vertical jump. Okay? So, young athletes can participate in resistance training. We're not talking about competitive weightlifting. We're talking about resistance of their own body weight, cords, bands, medicine balls, but we can also load, if they have proper movement mechanics, we can put a bar on their back and have them squat, okay? It will not retard growth, okay? Those are old wives' tale studies that go back to the 50s and 60s of malnourished Japanese boys who worked on the loading docks and lifted heavy weights. Notice I said malnourished. Okay? So again, we can engage in resistance exercise with young athletes if it's well designed, properly supervised by a qualified individual. So now let's move forward. Again, you have to get out of the weight room. You have to teach kids how to move. Greg mentioned sprinting mechanics, but also change of direction, lateral shuffle, back pedal, all those movements. How often are they taught? We just expect them to be able to do this. Go to a playground, watch a basketball game, and watch kids move. They're never taught. Speed development for most coaches is blow the whistle, get on the line, blow the whistle, and just yell and scream, run faster. Okay? They are not taught proper mechanics, staying on the ball of the foot, proper knee drive, proper posture. You know, some of the things Greg was talking about with sprinters. They're not taught how to run fast. They're not taught how to slow down. And that's why we run into injury as well. They're not taught how to properly decelerate, change their center of gravity, and absorb, right? You're running 15 miles an hour and you have to stop on a dime. That is a lot of force moving from 15 miles an hour to 0 miles an hour in a very quick time period. We need to teach deceleration. We need to practice and train it as well. Same with shuffling and all the change of direction things. The other thing is jumping and landing. How often are jumping and landing taught? Okay? Actually, if you can't squat and you can't hip hinge, you can't jump. Because if you go down and watch vertical jump testing, you squat and you hip hinge and what we call triple extend and jump. And then when you come down, you absorb force again, don't you? You land. Again, injuries, ACL, ankle injuries, all those things, right? Related to landing mechanics. So, we have to get in the weight room and get strong, but we also have to teach kids how to move efficiently and train it in a holistic manner, okay?